Well, you can hear about oddities all day, but nothing really compares to whenever you go and actually visit some of these places. And you can! So let me show you right now. Hey guys, my name is Jesse Weiser and I am a local realtor here in Springfield, Missouri, and here are a few bizarre places in Missouri that you can visit today, actually. By the way, if you need help with buying or selling your home around the Springfield area, be sure to reach out to me and don't think you'll get someone else, because you'll definitely get me. I love getting the chance to interact with all of you guys in the comments and personally read what you guys have to say all the time. And even if it's not about real estate, or it is, and you want to move somewhere in Missouri, we have realtor friends through Missouri we can send you to and that we actually trust. You can find our info in the description below right down there. Okay, let's dig into some stuff here, some bizarre stuff. Let's talk about some of our favorite world's largest items in Missouri. I always find them to be pretty bizarre, especially if you're driving down the road and not expecting it, and then boom! Out of nowhere, you have the world's largest 8-ball in the sky, which is a smooth transition into the world's largest 8-ball, and it's in the town of Tipton, Missouri. This was made back in 1968. This place was once a Fisher pool table factory. They built the water tower to protect the factory and painted it over with this distinct feature. And may I say, it looks pretty incredible up there in the sky. Bravo. How about Maxie the Goose? This goose weighs 5,500 pounds and is located in Sumner, Missouri. Its wingspan spreads 61 feet and it was built to celebrate Sumner as the capital of wild geese back in 1974. They raised $16,000 to put her up and $4,000 to paint her. They actually hold a goose festival to celebrate her every year. I'm not a big fan of geese. I kind of hate geese because they used to chase me at Dickerson Park Zoo when I was younger, but I wouldn't mind Maxie in the backyard, the perfect pet. No poop, no noise. You also have the pecan, or is it pecan or pecan? However people call it, I say pecan. So this pecan is in the town of Brunswick. This was built on the farm of George and Elizabeth James, who ran a pecan farm on the outskirts of town in 1982. There are a lot of pecan farms here, and today they even have the Brunswick Pecan Festival held every October. It weighs 12,000 pounds and is 7 by 12 feet. The pecan moved to downtown Brunswick in 2013, where it remains today. Now, the question is, do you like chess? Well, either you're really smart or you're a complete nerd if you do, but that's not necessarily bad, okay? The world's largest chess piece is in St. Louis, Missouri. This piece, which is a king, is 20 feet tall and 9 feet and 2 inches in diameter at the base. This is right next to the World Chess Hall of Fame. This museum is incredible as well and highlights great players, historic games, and the rich cultural history. Just looking through the photos, I caught a bunch of different chess sets. Some of them are beautiful, quirky, or just plain interesting. You would love this place if you're into chess. The last of the world's largest is going to be the underwear. Yes, I said underwear. You did hear that right. This is at City Museum, which is one of my favorite places in the state of Missouri. This underwear is 7 feet wide and 6 feet tall. Along with this, there's also the world's largest pencil. It's 76 feet long and weighs about 21,500 pounds. They actually had to cut it in half in order to transport it inside of the museum. This place is all kinds of fun though. It's full of sculptures, a 10-story slide which loops all over the place. Bizarre is the perfect word to describe this place, and you will love going here. If you want to see one thing on this list, see this one right here. We also have a vacuum cleaner museum set in Rolla, Missouri, and was once in the town of St. James, Missouri. There are people that really love vacuum cleaners for some reason, and while I may not be able to understand these people, I still think a museum dedicated to this is quite interesting. This museum takes visitors through the history of the vacuum from the early 20th century to today's luxurious vacuums and features novelty vacuums for different areas in American history. This is now tucked away in a Rolla strip and is also a vacuum repair shop. The owner, Tom Casco, was fascinated by vacuums since childhood and studied different makes and models to learn how they worked. He has plans on having his ashes sucked up by a vacuum he personally designed for Airway. Wow. Definitely can't make this stuff up, people. Now here we have more proof that Missouri is obsessed with squirrels for some reason. I don't know why. We had another video where we talked about weird laws and this fits right in. Also, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to link that video up right here if you haven't seen it. This one is called the Defiance Roadhouse. First of all, look at this entryway. That says everything you need to know, specifically the sign. And then whenever you step inside, you will be met with many different squirrels. Yes, taxidermy squirrels. And they aren't just ordinary squirrels. You have squirrels drinking tequila, you got squirrels playing golf, you got squirrels shooting bows and arrows, you got squirrels riding motorcycles, you got squirrels playing big blue bands. It's a bar and grill and they have live music on Saturday and Sunday. What a place to be, and I don't know why I'm screaming, but I'm passionate about these squirrels for some reason. All right, we're back. Let's talk about Turtle Park. This is a sculpture park located near the St. Louis Zoo. This park has 7 massive concrete turtles and a snake. This was designed by Bob Castelli, the same guy who made the City Museum. One of the largest ones is a snapping turtle, and it's 40 feet long and used 120,000 pounds of concrete to make. This is meant to be played with, and oftentimes you will see kids crawling all over them and even into their mouths. Oh, hey kids, if you crawl in it, it might swallow you up, so be careful. I'm just kidding. Or am I? In the same idea, we also have The Awakening, which is in Chesterfield, Missouri, which is not too far away from St. Louis. This was made to look like a giant crawling out of the ground. It measures 7 feet in length and 17 feet at the tallest point. Just imagine what lies beneath. Just kidding, kids. It definitely gives you Cabin in the Woods vibes, if any of you have seen that movie. Anyone? You may have heard of ghost towns, but you never heard of this kind of town. It's a ghost town, but not really, because everything has been redone like it used to be. Lowell Davis once grew up in Red Oak, Missouri, out near the Carthage area. This is one of the towns that faded away around World War II. This man decided to rebuild the community on his farm, hence the name Red Oak 2. This place is complete with a diner, jail, smithy, general store, a Phillips 66 station, a schoolhouse, town hall, and several homes. Honestly, this was kind of cool, kind of sentimental. And just look at this quote, daycare. That's actually pretty funny. Pretty funny. So here's another one that's way out there. I really don't understand it, but a corncob pipe museum. You know, just like what you've heard in that Christmas song about Frosty the Snowman. But guess what? Pipes have quite the history and were first made back in 1907 in the town of Washington, Missouri by a man named Henry Tibb. This place has over 150 years of history of cool smoking corncob pipes. In fact, because of the distribution of these pipes here in the city made Missouri the corncob pipe capital of the world. That sounds about right. Missouri would be known for that. Now you may have heard of Stonehenge, but have you heard of Boathenge? Yes, this is exactly what it sounds like. They made this display in Columbia, Missouri, and it's off a beaten path. Here they put up a bunch of boats to mimic the historic Stonehenge. It's completely ridiculous, but amazing and majestic. That's complete sarcasm, because it looks complete janky. Now that you've heard of Boathenge, how about, drum roll please, Canoehenge? We did it again, folks. Thank you so much. This is in Leasburg, Missouri, and personally I think I prefer this one because of how similar it looks to the real Stonehenge. This is also in a little forested area and it's easily accessible. I don't know if they did this intentionally, but that's actually where Missouri got its name, from canoes. I also kind of like that little detail. Of course, we would have something like this. Of course, we do. I hope you have fun with this one today. Don't forget to like this video. It really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm and everything. It's always our favorite to show off how strange and wonderful this state of Missouri can be. See you in the next video right over here. Love you guys. You got squirrels playing a big boo. You got...